Yeah, he gave me all the details, and afterward we were talking, and there was just so much more that, like, in my mind I'm thinking, man, that corresponds with Rambo 2. Man, that, like, they brought a lot of that into the sequel, whereas originally it wasn't involved, you know? Like, they had to cut it because of time restriction.
So do you reckon they still got them, that footage in the can somewhere?
Sorry? In the what?
Do you reckon they shot that footage? Did they record that footage, or did they delete it and get rid of it?
Oh, from the movie? From First Blood? I don't know. I don't know if they still even have that. But apparently it was like 20 or 30 minutes of intro before the movie, like before Rambo came to America.
And you said they didn't shoot that burger scene.
No, apparently not. I talked to David Morrell. It's going to be in the 1 hour interview that comes out. We were talking. I asked him, because I thought I was going to have him for longer. Because like he's been on a lot of like shows where, like, you know, it's usually at the end, you know, it's time restriction, but it's usually the other people who are trying to shut down the interview and not him.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I might have him for a couple hours. So I prepared all these questions, got all the fan questions and everything, and by the time I was just getting comfortable and easing into the interview, he had to go. And you'll hear, like, in the background his messengers going off for his other interview.
Yeah.
So in the last 10 minutes, I was just trying to throw as many questions at him as I could.
So what does he do these days? Does he still just stays on his ranch or writes books and stuff?
Yeah, I think he's got, he did Murder is a Fine Art. I think that was his last book. I think it's about 18th century, or maybe even before that. I think it deals with London, actually.
That's the only one I've got, this one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I had the other cover. I had the cover with the dog tags and the knife. Yeah.
That's alright. And this was, I don't even know what year this was. Let's have a look. This is the only book I read. Well, I haven't even read the whole book. I've done about 4 or 5 pages, and that's it. This is it. The 8th printing in 1981.
Yeah.
First published in Great Britain 1977. So basically, the story of Rambo was what, 1970, early 1970s, and the film came out what, 1982, 1983.
Yeah.
So like basically, this story is 10 years older than the film. Yeah. So this is mine. I got this from the library, about £2-3.
Oh, nice.
Ain't too bad. I've been sitting over there with my DVD collection for ages. I've read about, I got to page 49, chapter 12. 6 bullets to Teasel County. The kid's gun was empty. He charged outside, squinting in the sun. Just in time to see the kid disappear under the corner. Shingleton had his gun aimed at Teasel, reacted behind Chris. Oh,
that's when Rambo's naked. Rambo's naked, and he escapes naked, right? And he jumps on the motorcycle, boom, takes off. I think that's around.
He ran back into the gas station, swinging open the door. 3 bullet holes in the aluminium screen. Get in here, Chip Gold. Weston, phone the doctor. He's running across the room. 2-way radios. Singleton had tried firing the gun. The guy had no efficient in the office, always second guessing now. The routine of a kind of trouble he was stupid actually impulse. I don't even know whereabouts this is. Singleton comes rushing around the corner of the hallway from the room over Teasel. Gold is dead. God,
oh yeah, it's during the escape. Rambo, instead of Galt falling out of the helicopter,
yeah,
Rambo grabs the razor and cuts his stomach open, and all his intestines are coming out, and they compare it to like a inner tube of a tire, like he's poking at it because he can't believe it's happening. It's all like,
oh right. See, this book's completely different to the story.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say like 80% different, 90%.
So there's nothing about the beginning of like when he was in Vietnam.
There's a little bit. There's a little bit of Stephen Chang's character torturing Rambo. There's a part where he comes up behind Rambo, like when Rambo's starting to fall asleep, and then he stabs him with like a hook knife in his back every time he falls asleep and stuff. And there's like talking about his training, how they would go into like fields of animals with just the knives, and they would run into like the fields and slaughter all the animals, and then cut them open and crawl inside them and camouflage themselves in blood, and it really psychological.
I don't know. Jeez. I should sit down and read the book, because I thought the book was right the same as the movie. But now I'm getting a different twist now.
Yeah, it's very different. I have a step-by-step review. I think it's like one of the first episodes. I did the whole book. I think it took like 3 hours to cover the book. The book takes about 9 hours to read.
Jeez.
But my review for it was 3 hours, just because it was so much stuff to...
So what do you reckon is the better, the book or the movie, Joe?
I think I love them both equally. But now that I'm reading 2 and 3, I think I'm starting to like the books better, because I can kind of get the feel of the movie and then what it would be like to see all the extra stuff. You know? And that book, those books actually come back on paperback next month. The first time in like a long time. 2 and 3 are going to be re-released. Yeah.
What? Reissue?
Yeah. I bought them on Kindle. It cost me like $15 for all 3 of them on Kindle.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's alright. Yeah, if they come back out, I might have to like buy all 3 of them, or I think they make a top one. But yeah, I'm like surprised about that. But I'm like the type of person who can't sit down and read a book, because I'll do about 3 or 4 pages and think, this is doing me in. If it was a magazine or a newspaper, yeah, I could do it, but a book like that, I'm not a person to sit there and write out chapter 1.
Yeah, I have to be really invested in it if I'm going to read it. Like, I can't, otherwise I'll read like 5 pages and give up, you know.
Or I could lay there and listen to it on my phone or something, and then if someone's like reading it, like a read back,
yeah.
that'd be good.
I picked up Hunter. Wow. The premise for Rambo 5, The Savage Hunt.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was reading it and I had to put it down to go back and reread First Blood Part 2, because First Blood Part 2 is about 9 hours also, and it's completely different. Almost completely different than the movie First Blood Part 2. And Rambo 3 is even more different. So I had to put down Hunter to go and read those other 2. But let's just say from the prologue alone, for what Sly wanted to do with Rambo 5, like the original plan with the sci-fi element.
Yeah.
Wow. That, this book I think was written in 1992. And when you read it, you don't even have to pretend that you're reading Rambo, because it is Rambo, like, right from the get-go, you know?
What happens at the end of the book?
Well, I think the thing that makes it really easier, too, also, is, you know how in Rambo 4 they call him the boatman all the time?
Yeah.
What's cool about that is, in that movie, you only hear them call Rambo one time, when the guy comes to ask him to go find the missionaries. So, in this book, it was easy, because everyone calls the main character's name is Nathaniel Hunter, but everybody calls him Hunter. So it's very easy to get into that mindset of like Hunter, boatman. You know, Rambo usually always has some kind of nickname. And the prologue, the book opens up with there's like a helicopter flying over, and someone saying something like, that boy dies in 9 hours. So, or 4 hours or something like that. So there's right off the bat, there's like something big at risk. And this little boy is walking with his parents. And it's ironic. The subtext matter of this is ironic because I've been doing a lot of looking into blood moon phenomena over the last couple of months.
Yeah.
It falls right into the Book of Enoch. It falls right into that sort of thing. So this little boy, I guess he's like 5 years old, or maybe 4 years old, is with his parents, and the parents look back. 1 minute he's there, they look back again, the kid's gone. So the kid gets lost in the woods somewhere, and it's winter, or it's just coming up to winter time. So it's really, really cold, and it's in the mountains. It's pretty high up, and so we get this cop who's radioing back and forth to different search parties. They brought in tons of search parties. Nobody's found nothing.
Yes.
So right off the bat, in my head, that sparked a lot of the missing 411 Bigfoot type of thing. Like, it really reminded me of that. So I was like, even though in my head I knew it wasn't going to go that way at first, it really set me up to be interested in the story. So the boy gets lost. The cop, there's like a sheriff, and he's like sitting there, and he's trying to figure, he's like waiting for somebody, he's trying to figure out what to do, and he's contacting the different search parties, and then this truck pulls up, and the truck door opens, and this hunter guy gets out. And he's got this big wolf. It's like a gigantic wolf with him that he rescued. He rescued the wolf as a puppy, and he never trained it, but they just have like this mutual understanding.
Yeah.
So the guy steps out, and I swear to God, it was that scene where Rambo First Blood Part 2, when he gets out of the helicopter and goes up to Erickson. Exactly. Same clothes, hair the same, everything the same, mannerisms the same, how Rambo is very guarded the same, everything exactly the same. And then
so when he gets out the helicopter and he says, "Hey," he goes, "Boss."
Oh no! Like in the beginning, you know when he goes to meet Murdoch, and he's got like the red shirt and the jeans.
Oh yeah.
So exactly like that. And then get this. This is amazing. This is what like sealed the deal for me. Was the guy's like, okay, we got 3 hours until we lose the light, and then Hunter knows that in 3 hours, even though he's like the best tracker on the planet, in 3 hours, if he loses that light, that kid's gone. There's no way he's gonna be able to find that kid. So he's like, he starts getting ready to go out and find the kid. And I shit you not, he has clothes. He made clothes, and he puts the clothes on while he's there. He made clothes that resembles exactly the tunic from First Blood. You know, the tunic that he makes out of the tarp?
Oh yeah.
But it's all made of like this special kind of leather, and it's got like this double hood stuff on it. So it's like right away you go back to like the Rambo from First Blood, and he's just running through like the forest, double tracking, triple tracking. He finds the kid, puts the kid in his tunic, brings the kid back. Then there's like a scene where they're talking, and he's pretty much saying, all these people, you're like one of the wealthiest guys in the world, you live so secluded away from everyone else, but you're still always the first one to go save these people. And in my head it registers, like, making the comparison, it brings me back to that Rambo trying to redeem himself quality from the last one. So I was like, that's fantastic. And then you meet the bad guy.